Hi everyone, my name is Keira Wong and I'm majoring in informatics with a concentration in cybersecurity and software development at the University of Washington in the US. Today, I'm super excited to dive into the fascinating world of generative AI with you. Whether you are a tech enthusiast or simply curious about AI, this series has something for you. So why do we need to know about AI? Well, artificial intelligence, or AI, is revolutionizing our world. AI isn't just a concept from sci-fi movies, it's already integrated into our everyday lives. Consider the personalized playlists on your music app, the smart reply suggestions in your emails, or the tailored recommendations on your favorite streaming platform. Knowing about AI can give you a huge edge no matter what field you're in. Now, before we dive into the usage of Copilot, let's break down the difference between AI versus generative AI. So general AI includes systems that can perform a variety of tasks like virtual assistants or self-driving cars, while generative AI, however, is all about creativity. It can generate new content like writing stories, creating art, composing music, and even making videos. Imagine having a creative partner that never runs out of ideas and can help you bring your visions to life. That's the magic of generative AI. In this series, you'll be teaming up with AI to bring your vision to life. We'll be using Copilot in your browser to research, brainstorm, write, and create visuals. Each exercise in this module focuses on a different part of the process and gives you sample prompts to get started. These steps and prompts are designed to show off specific techniques and features. Plus, you'll see sample responses to get a feel for what Copilot can do, so let's get started. What's a prompt? A prompt is the input you give to AI to get the output you want. So here are some key elements to include in your prompts. Our first is going to be the persona. Define who the AI should be in the response. So for example, as a friendly tutor. Our second is going to be objective. Clearly state what you want to achieve. For instance, explain the basics of cybersecurity. Third, we're going to have our audience. Specify who the response is for, like to a group of high school students. Next, we're going to have parameters. So we want to set any specific requirements or constraints, for example, in under 200 words. And lastly, we have context. We want to provide our background information to help the AI understand the scenario, like assume they have no prior knowledge of the subject. So let's put it all together, and we get, as a friendly tutor, explain the basics of cybersecurity to a group of high school students in under 200 words, assuming they have no prior knowledge of the subject. So let's go to Copilot. So here we're going to put in our prompt, press enter. Yeah, so see how clear and detailed that is? Additionally, to maximize your experience with Copilot, consider downloading the Copilot app on your personal devices such as your phone or tablet. This will make it even easier to access Copilot on the go and ensure you're always ready to get things done no matter where you are. In the next video, we'll dive into how to define your ideas more clearly and set the context for customizing Copilot's output to suit your needs. By the end, you'll be able to make the most of Copilot's capabilities to help you generate exactly what you're looking for, so stay tuned. And to follow along with me, be sure to head over to aka.ms/explore-AI. Hi everyone! In today's exercise, we are going to explore how to define and refine an idea using generative AI, and as a college student, I've set our focus on creating a futuristic college campus powered by advanced technologies. This exercise is all about blending creativity with technology, and for this example, I'm planning to craft a destination that truly feels like the future of education. Whether you are designing a physical place or just conceptualizing an experience, this is your chance to imagine a world where AI, VR, and smart systems come together to create a truly immersive learning environment. If you'd like to follow along, check out the module on Microsoft Learn at aka.ms/explore-AI. Now let's dive in. So first things first, when we use Copilot, we want to define the role it should take on. A role-based prompt will guide Copilot to respond in a specific style, whether it's more creative, technical, or immersive. And for this exercise, we'll want Copilot to be a visionary educational technologist. So let's look at an example of a role-based prompt you can use. So in Copilot, I'm just going to input my sample prompt over here. And here it says, you are a visionary educational technologist specializing in creating futuristic college campuses. You are tasked with designing a university where students interact with AI, VR, and advanced smart systems to enhance both their academic and social lives. Your job is to reimagine this learning environment with cutting-edge technology that encourages innovation and engagement, blending physical spaces with digital experiences. So here, I'm going to just input it in, press enter. And by setting this tone, we are encouraging Copilot to think creatively and interact with us in a way that allows for imaginative yet feasible responses. So here, as you can see in the output, you can see where Copilot kind of gives us a general overview of what we wanted. Yeah. Next, we are going to move on into defining our core idea. So now that we've got the right role for Copilot, let's define the core concept for our futuristic college campus. This will serve as the foundation for the rest of our journey. So your core idea needs three main elements, with our first being a commonplace. In this case, it's going to be a college campus. Second, we have our theme or aesthetic. For example, we're going futuristic, blending tech, AI, and immersive learning environments. And lastly, we have our location. How about a high-tech university campus located in the heart of a bustling tech-driven city, or maybe even a virtual campus that students access via VR? So now that we've got the basics, let's introduce our idea to Copilot by summarizing the core concepts with key bullet points. So here's the prompt that I would want to put in. So I have an idea for a futuristic college campus that uses AI, VR, and smart tech to create a hyper-interactive learning experience. Here are the key points. So here I'd like a sleek, modern buildings made of glass and AI-powered materials. Second, I want classrooms that transform with VR to allow for hands-on immersive learning, as well as personalized digital assistants powered by AI that guide students through everything from class schedules to social events. Here, I'm just going to put in our input into Copilot. And here, as you can see, with our key bullet points, you can see that Copilot has pushed out our sleek modern buildings and our transformative classrooms, as well as our personalized assistants. So now that we've established this, let's ask Copilot to take this idea and flesh it out into a more cohesive description as if we were marketing this futuristic campus. So at this stage, it's important to refine the output from Copilot and get the tone just right and how we want it. We want a narrative that's both exciting and informative, something that will capture the imagination of future students. So here I'm going to turn it into a more cohesive description as if we were marketing it. Wait a few seconds, and here you can see where Copilot is giving us a more cohesive description, and yeah, that's looking great. We have a more vivid picture now of what this futuristic university could feel like, an exciting blend of tech and innovation. But let's make it even more unique. Let's ask Copilot to expand on this and add more sensory details. So in the refining stage, we want to emphasize the futuristic campus even more with some cool visuals like holographic signage or AI-powered learning pods. You can always ask Copilot to add more specific details that align with the vibe that you're going for. So for example, we could ask it, add some interactive holographic displays in the student lounge, or describe the sensory experience of walking through an AI-powered learning center, where the lighting changes based on the time of day. For this example, I'm going to choose the latter, and I'm going to choose the second one and output this. And just wait a few seconds, and here we can see Copilot creating what I would like. Here you can see we have our morning, our afternoon, and our evening, as well as the interactive elements. And there we have it. We've gone from an initial idea to a detailed, immersive version of our futuristic college campus. By using role-based prompts and refining our concept with Copilot, we've created a destination that merges technology, education, and immersive experiences. Remember, the key is to keep iterating, and don't be afraid to ask Copilot for more ideas, refinements, or changes until you get the perfect vision of your destination. So thanks for joining me today, and keep pushing the boundaries of creativity with generative AI, and I'll see you in the next section where we go from our description to creating images. Hi, welcome back or welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to use Copilot to create a hero image based on a description that we've already written. Some large language models, or LLMs, like Copilot in Microsoft Edge, are multimodal, meaning they can combine text with other media like images. In this exercise, we'll take something you've conceptualized in words and turn it into a visual, all with the help of generative AI. So let's dive in. So what exactly is a hero image? Well, a hero image is the first image someone associates with your destination. A hero image is a large, visually striking graphic intended to catch attention and convey the central message or theme. Think of it like a book cover or a movie poster, and it should capture the essence of what your destination is all about. So for example, if you were designing a hero image for a futuristic city, you'd want it to look sleek, modern, and visually impressive with cool details like neon lights or advanced technology. Now before we create the image, we need to have a clear description of our destination. So this description is what you'll be using to guide the image creation. So let's say you've written a description of a futuristic university campus where the buildings are made of glass and steel surrounded by green spaces and advanced technology. It's a blend of nature and innovation. Now, if you've already written a description, great, but if not, let's take a moment to think about the place that you would like to visualize. Try to focus on the key elements like the architecture, the vibe, and the location. Keep it simple but descriptive. And here's an example prompt that we might use for a futuristic university campus. I'm going to go on Copilot and give it the context that I would like, meaning a futuristic university campus with sleek glass buildings, green tech-powered spaces, and open, airy walkways surrounded by nature and innovation. So here that we've given the context to Copilot, we can now move on. So now, let's use Copilot to turn this description into a visual, and here's how you can do it. I'm just going to input, can you create an image that visualizes the exterior of this destination from a distance? Yeah, so here you can see that AI will create a visual representation of our description. Copilot uses your text input to create an image that matches the scene that you've described. So once Copilot generates the image, don't be afraid to refine it. If the image isn't exactly what you had in mind, you can ask Copilot to make adjustments. So for example, we could zoom in on specific areas like a particular building or tech feature. And you could add more details like add a few students walking through the campus or include a holographic display near the building. A tip is to use descriptive words like zoom in, change the lighting, add details, or shift the perspective to help refine your visual until you're happy with the result. So here I'm going to add in some input where I want to shift the perspective of the image. So I'm going to input, can you shift the perspective? And here, Copilot says, I'll try to create that, and we just wait a few seconds. And here you can see that Copilot has generated us 2 images and of shifting the perspective of our futuristic university campus. So once you're happy with the hero image, simply download it. And here you'd press on your image and you'd go to download and use it however you'd like. Whether it's for a project, a presentation, or just to get creative, you now have a stunning visual representation of your destination. So thanks for joining me in this exercise, and in the next, we'll be combining our previous skills we had learned to make a first great impression on our websites with the help of generative AI. Hi everyone. In this exercise, you'll learn how to use Copilot to design the entrance to your academic, personal, or professional space, whether it's a digital portfolio, a website, or a project homepage. In this example, our entrance is the first impression you'll make on professors, future employers, or potential collaborators, so it should be both memorable and aligned with your goals. So first, we are going to start by brainstorming our entrance. So start by brainstorming your entrance with Copilot. Think of it as your personal or academic homepage where you want to make an immediate impact. So here in Copilot, I'm designing the entrance to my website. I want it to be professional, but also engaging. Can you suggest 3 ideas for how I can design this entrance so it stands out and makes a memorable first impression? So here I'm going to input that into Copilot. And just like that, we can see that Copilot has generated 3 ideas. So here it says, let's create a hero image with a catchy tagline. Second is an interactive elements, as well as a third with a clear call to action. So once you've chosen one of these ideas, let's build on it. Let's say you like the idea of the interactive elements. So here I'm going to input in Copilot, I like the interactive elements idea. Can you elaborate on how I can make it visually appealing but also functional? I want it to be sleek but user-friendly. Here we input it in, and as you can see, Copilot has given us a few ideas, with our video backgrounds, animated graphics, and many more. So now, let's refine the description of your interactive portfolio entrance to make it sound professional and polished. This version will be used in your portfolio or website to describe the experience. So here I'm going to ask Copilot to rewrite our description of my interactive project showcase in a more professional tone for my portfolio. I want to keep it concise and focused on the user experience. And here Copilot has given us a more concise description. And once you have the description, it's time to generate a visual concept of your entrance. This could be an image of your portfolio's homepage or a mock-up of the project display. So here I want to create an image of a sleek academic portfolio homepage with an interactive carousel showcasing the key projects with our elements, and the design should be minimalist with bold typography and clean navigation. And yeah, as you can see, Copilot's going to take a few seconds to generate a few ideas of what the homepage will look like. And just like that, Copilot has generated us 2 ideas. As you can see, a more sleek academic portfolio homepage, and here's another idea. So once you have your visual, you can use Copilot to make any adjustments or refinements. If the image doesn't perfectly match your vision, you can iterate it by asking for changes in colors, layout, or typography. So here I want to make my background of the homepage a little lighter and adjust the typography to be a bit bolder. I want the overall feel to be modern but professional. So here I'm going to input just that into Copilot, and Copilot will take a few seconds to generate the new and improved homepage. And yeah, here is what Copilot has outputted. So here it has adjusted to the few refinements that I wanted. Great job! You've just learned how to use Copilot to design the entrance to your academic or professional space. Whether it's a portfolio, website, or project homepage, creating a memorable first impression is key. You've brainstormed ideas, expanded on them, refined your tone, and even visualized your entrance with Copilot's help. Now, as you continue to work on your project, remember that refining and iterating are part of the creative process. With Copilot, you can always enhance your designs, explore new ideas, and make adjustments to truly reflect your style and goals. In the next video, we'll dive into ways AI can help plan an event, so stay tuned and get ready to enhance your planning process with AI. Hi everyone. In today's exercise, we are going to explore how Copilot can help you plan and organize events or activities. In this example, I want to plan an event on our futuristic college campus. Whether you're putting together a club meeting, a work event, or a birthday party, we'll dive into how generative AI can help streamline your planning process. So let's see how you can use Copilot to make your event planning smoother and more efficient. Let's start by brainstorming event ideas and figuring out the theme and objectives for your event. Think about what kind of event that you'd want to host, the target audience, and the resources that you'd have. Are you planning a tech workshop, a networking event, or a fun social for your club? Defining these elements will help you shape the event's direction. So let's start by asking Copilot for some event ideas based on our goals. So here's an example. I'm planning a networking event for the computer club. We want students to meet industry professionals and learn about the job opportunities in tech. Can you suggest a few event names and ideas to make it engaging and valuable? Just going to input that into Copilot. And here you can see it's already spitting out some event names and some event ideas. So now that we have a theme and an event name, it's time to create a schedule. A clear, structured timeline will help you keep everything organized. And you'll want to plan time for registration, presentations, networking, and any interactive elements that you might include. So for this sample prompt, I might say, can you create a detailed schedule for my networking event? It will be a 3-hour event with time for a keynote speaker, networking, and Q&A. We want to make sure everything runs smoothly and on time. So I'm just gonna put that in. And as you can see, we have a detailed schedule, and it shows us all the ways that we can go about with this event, and outputs also some tips for smooth execution. Next, let's think about the tools and resources that you'll need to make the event a success. Do you need an online registration form? Are there specific platforms for virtual participation? And do you have any materials to print like flyers or handouts? These are all important details to consider. So here for our sample prompt for Copilot, I want to ask, what resources do I need to organize this event? I want to manage registrations, create promotional materials, and ensure smooth communication before and during the event. And here, as you can see, we are being outputted some registration management details, as well as ways we could go about the promotional materials, communication tools, and logistics overall. So now that the logistics are in place, let's think about how to promote your event and get students excited about attending. Marketing your event is crucial, and you want to spread the word through various channels like social media, campus bulletin boards, and email newsletters. So here I'm going to ask Copilot, can you help me with a marketing plan to promote my event? I need ideas for social media posts, email campaigns, and how to get students to register and attend. Here I'm going to input it into Copilot, and as you can see, we have ideas for a social media campaign. We also have some ideas for the email campaign, as well as some strategies to encourage students to register and attend. So let's make this event even more exciting by designing some visuals. A great logo, banners, or graphics will help make your event stand out and look more professional. So here I'm going to ask Copilot, can you help me design a logo or banner for my event? The event is about networking and tech, so I want the design to feel modern and professional. I'm going to input that in, and Copilot will take a few seconds to generate some ideas. And there you have it. As you can see, we have 2 ideas from Copilot with our professional logo or banner for our networking event. Once you're happy with your event plan, marketing, materials, and visuals, we want to download everything and get ready to execute. Copilot allows you to save and organize all your materials in one place so you can stay on track and ensure everything runs smoothly. In the next video, we'll look at more ways AI can assist in planning a specific event called a hackathon, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, in today's session we'll be using generative AI to plan a successful hackathon. Whether you're organizing a hackathon for the first time or just looking for a way to streamline the planning process for other activities like setting up a dinner party or meetup, we'll help you with everything from creating a theme and schedule to selecting the right tools and resources. Let's dive in and make your planning process easier. So first things first, for this example, let's brainstorm an exciting and engaging theme for your hackathon. The theme sets the tone for the event and can influence the type of projects participants create. Whether it's focused on social good, new technologies, or solving specific industry problems, the theme should inspire creativity. You'll also need a catchy name for your hackathon. A good name will be memorable, intriguing, and reflect the overall vibe of the event. So for this example, I want to organize a hackathon for students focused on building innovative solutions using AI. Can you suggest a few theme ideas and names that make it sound exciting and cutting edge? So this is what I'm going to input into Copilot right now. And here you can see Copilot generate a few theme ideas as well as some hackathon names. So next, we need to create a detailed event schedule. A well-structured schedule is key to keeping the participants engaged and ensuring everything runs smoothly. You'll need to plan for the opening, team formation, coding time, mentoring sessions, and the final presentations. So here in Copilot, I'm going to input, can you create a detailed schedule for my hackathon event? The event will run for 24 hours, and we need time for team formation, coding, mentor sessions, and final presentations. And just like that, Copilot has generated me a rough draft of a hackathon schedule, starting with day 1, as well as a day 2. Now, let's think about the tools and resources your hackathon participants will need. Do you have specific platforms for project submissions? Are there APIs or resources that you want to make available? Consider tools for collaboration like Slack or Discord, coding environments, or cloud platforms. So here in Copilot, I'm going to put in the input as asking, what are some essential tools and platforms I should provide for participants in my hackathon? We want to ensure they have everything they need for collaboration, coding, and project submission. So there we will be getting generation of collaboration tools, as well as some APIs if we have any, some design and prototyping tools, and as well as additional resources. Now that we have the details in place, we need to promote the event and get people excited. A strong marketing plan is essential for driving interest and attendance. Now think about your target audience, your promotional channels, such as social media, some flyers or campus posters, and the key messaging. So here I'm going to then input into Copilot. Can you help me create a marketing plan for promoting my hackathon? I need suggestions for social media posts, email campaigns, and how to create buzz on campus. So then inputting it into Copilot, we get outputted some social media campaign ideas with some apps, as well as some email campaign and some campus buzz. Now finally, let's think about how to visually represent your hackathon with a logo. A strong logo will be instantly recognizable and help build excitement for the event. So here in Copilot, I'm going to ask it to generate a logo design for my hackathon. The event is focused on sustainable tech, and I want the logo to look modern, dynamic, and innovative. Here I'm going to enter it, and as you can see, Copilot is going to try to create some possible ideas for our visual. And there we have it. See, Copilot has given us 2 ideas of our possible logo for our hackathon. So once you have all your details, including the schedule, tools, marketing plan, and logo, you are ready to bring your hackathon to life. Download all your materials, share them with your team, and start promoting the event to attract participants. You've now learned how to plan and organize a hackathon using AI to streamline the process and save time. From coming up with event themes to creating schedules, marketing plans, and even logos, AI can support you every step of the way. Stay tuned for more ways we use Copilot to stay efficient, collaborate seamlessly, and unlock new levels of innovation. Hi everyone. Today we're going to use generative AI to craft the perfect study playlist. Music is a powerful tool for setting the mood, boosting focus, and keeping you motivated. Whether you are working on assignments, studying for exams, or just need some background music, we'll help you create a playlist that's tailored to you. As a college student, I want to create a study playlist. So in this example, let's start by brainstorming the type of music that we would want for an ideal study session. Whether you are looking for instrumental music to avoid distractions or upbeat tunes to keep you energized, Copilot can create a customized playlist based on your preferences. So here's an example prompt that we could use to get started. I need a study playlist with 10 songs that will help me focus and stay productive. I'm looking for instrumental music or soft background tunes, no lyrics to avoid distractions. Can you create a playlist that fits this vibe? Here I'm going to input that, press enter, and here you can see Copilot generate 10 songs. Now that we have a general study playlist, let's personalize it by adding or excluding genres, adjusting the energy levels, or specifying certain types of music that you might find helpful. If you prefer something more upbeat to keep you energized during long study sessions, you can ask Copilot for suggestions accordingly. So here I'm going to update it and ask Copilot, can you update my playlist with 10 upbeat instrumental songs that will keep me motivated while studying for exams? Think of a mix of genres like lo-fi, electronic, and classical. Here I'm going to input it into Copilot, and just like that, we are being generated 10 songs that are now curated. Now that your playlist is ready, let's make it easy to share and visualize. If you want to listen to your curated playlist, you can find these tracks on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube, and you can also share the playlist with friends who need a study mood boost too. You might ask Copilot to create a playlist cover art that fits the vibe of your study session. For instance, we can ask Copilot, can you design a relaxing and minimalistic cover art for my study playlist, featuring calm colors and an abstract design? And just like that, Copilot can generate an image that fits your playlist's mood. So here we said we wanted calm colors, and you can tell that these logos have. So once your playlist is ready and visualized, you can save it to your preferred music platform, and you can download the cover art or share it on social media with your classmates. You can use it whenever you need a focused study session, whether it's during a late night studying, revising for exams, or tackling assignments. And now that we have our playlist, stay tuned for ways to create branding material with Copilot. Hi everyone. Whether you're building a website for a student club, sports team, or professional organization, Strong branding will set the tone and make your platform stand out. In this exercise, we'll use Copilot to create foundational branding for your club's website, but we can create branding for anything from physical products to your personal website. Branding includes coming up with a catchy name, crafting a memorable tagline, and writing a compelling description that captures the essence of your platform. So let's begin by brainstorming a name and a tagline for our club's website. A strong name and tagline are essential to grab attention and make a lasting impression. A catchy name draws people in, while the tagline reinforces the mission of your platform. So consider details like the type of club or organization, its focus, and the vibe that you'd want for the platform to convey. Should the name be fun and casual? Should it sound professional and polished? Think about whether you want to include a cultural reference or focus on the core mission of your platform. For this example in Copilot, I'm thinking of creating a website for my campus cybersecurity club. So here on Copilot, I'm going to ask it, I'm creating a website for my campus cybersecurity club, and I need help coming up with a catchy name and a tagline. The website should feel modern and professional with a strong focus on security and innovation. So I'm going to press enter. And here we are given some name ideas as well as some tagline ideas. So now that we have a few name and tagline options, choose the one that best aligns with your club's mission. And once you've selected a name, let's refine the tagline to make it even more impactful or concise. So let's say you've chosen Cyber Guardians with the tagline fortifying the future of digital security. Now let's refine the tagline to make it more concise or engaging. You could try something like guarding the future of cybersecurity. Now that you have a name and tagline, it's time to create a short description for your website. This is your chance to highlight what your platform or your club does and why it's important and what makes it unique. Think of this as your elevator pitch. So I'm going to ask Copilot, can you write a 3-sentence description for my cybersecurity club website? It should emphasize our mission to educate and engage students in the world of cybersecurity and sound welcoming and informative. And here it says, absolutely, here's a description for your cybersecurity club. Once you've selected your name, tagline, and description, review your branding materials to ensure they align with your club's mission and tone. If you want to fine-tune the description or tagline further, ask Copilot for help to make it clearer or more engaging. In this case, I'm going to ask Copilot, can you adjust this description to make it sound more inviting and energetic? I want it to feel more engaging for students who are new to cybersecurity. And here it says, sure thing, here's a new and updated version of the description with more energy. If you're ready to go to the extra mile, you can think about the visual identity of your website or app. Now that you've nailed down your name, tagline, and description, it's time to think about your club's logo. A strong visual identity is crucial for branding, and Copilot can help you generate logo ideas based on your platform's style and mission. In this step, we'll generate a simple logo concept to match your club's branding. So here in Copilot, I'm going to go ahead and give it the prompt saying, can you help me brainstorm logo ideas for my cybersecurity club website and generate a simple logo design? The logo should feel modern, professional, and sleek, symbolizing both security and technology. I would like it to include a shield or a padlock and have a color scheme that incorporates dark blue and neon green. Yeah, and just like that, we can see that Copilot generated a visual representation of our logo idea, such as the shield that we mentioned with digital elements. We can tell that the design is kind of simple, yet very professional, conveying the security-focused and tech-forward nature of our club. So that is it for today's session, and I hope you've enjoyed learning how to create your own branding materials. Until next time, keep building, keep innovating, and most importantly, keep having fun. Hi everyone. In today's digital world, cybersecurity is more important than ever. With cyber threats constantly evolving, understanding and practicing good cybersecurity habits is crucial for protecting your personal data, finances, and privacy. One of the best ways to learn and reinforce these practices is through interactive activities such as puzzles and games that teach core cybersecurity principles. In this session, we'll talk about why learning cybersecurity best practices is essential and how Copilot can help you master these skills. and we'll explore some fun and engaging examples of puzzles and games you can create to enhance your cybersecurity knowledge. So let's start by talking about why cybersecurity matters. Well, cyber attacks are on the rise and they're becoming more sophisticated every day. Without the proper knowledge and precautions, personal information, financial data, and sensitive communications are all vulnerable to theft and misuse. Think about it. How many times have you used the same password across multiple sites? Or clicked on an email that looked legitimate but could have been a phishing attempt? These simple mistakes can lead to major security breaches. So that is why learning the best practices like creating strong, unique passwords, recognizing phishing attempts, and keeping your software up to date significantly reduces your risk of becoming a victim of cybercrime. By understanding these concepts, you are empowering yourself to enjoy a safer online experience. Now, you might be wondering, how do I actually learn these practices effectively? Well, let's use Copilot, a powerful tool that can help you learn cybersecurity in an interactive and engaging way. Copilot can leverage AI to create fun, educational puzzles and games that teach key cybersecurity principles. It's like playing a game, but with real-world applications. Through Copilot, you can dive into concepts like password security, phishing detection, network defense, and data encryption, all while having fun. One of the best ways to learn is through hands-on experience, and Copilot makes that possible. What's even more exciting is that Copilot lets you create your own cybersecurity-themed puzzles and games. So let's walk through a few examples. So with our first example is our password cracking challenge. Imagine a puzzle where participants must decrypt a list of unencrypted passwords. Using a cipher, they'll work through clues to uncover the original passwords. So this game emphasizes the importance of using complex, hard-to-guess passwords and the danger of weak password security. So a prompt for this, sample prompt in inputting in Copilot, would be generate an idea for a cybersecurity-themed password cracking game where participants must decrypt a list of encrypted passwords using a cipher. The game should involve clues that lead to the correct decryption key, and the objective should be to emphasize the importance of strong passwords and the dangers of weak password security. So here I'm going to input that into Copilot, and here Copilot is already generating us an idea of what to do. So this game title, it says, would be called Cipher Quest, the Password Challenge. And here it has the details of how to play and the objective and more details. Now our second idea is a phishing email identification. So another engaging activity is a phishing email identification challenge where players are given a set of real and fake emails and must identify which ones are phishing attempts. This teaches participants how to spot suspicious messages and avoid falling for scams, a crucial skill in today's online environment. So here we could give a prompt to Copilot to create a phishing email identification challenge where participants are shown a set of emails, some are legitimate and others are phishing attempts. Players need to identify which emails are phishing scams based on common signs such as suspicious links, sender addresses, as well as unusual requests. The game should help players learn how to spot phishing attempts. So if I were to input this into Copilot, we get a generation of a game title called Phish or Legit. And here we can see the objective, the game setup, as well as some more details into how to play. So next, how about a network security maze? In this game, players must navigate through various security challenges, such as configuring firewalls, enabling two-factor authentication, and protecting sensitive data. Each obstacle teaches important concepts of network security, helping participants understand how to protect themselves in a connected world. And so this is just an idea, and another idea is lastly a data encryption puzzle. So a data encryption puzzle can teach the fundamentals of encryption. Participants can be tasked with encrypting and decrypting messages using different techniques. And this reinforces the concepts of protecting data from unauthorized access, which is a core aspect of cybersecurity. These examples show how you can make cybersecurity learning not only informative, but fun and interactive. And with Copilot's AI-powered tools, you can design puzzles that challenge you and others to think critically about online security. In conclusion, creating your own cybersecurity escape room or puzzle game is a highly effective and enjoyable way to learn best practices. Whether you are looking to teach a class or simply enhance your personal knowledge, Copilot makes it easy to design engaging activities that help reinforce critical cybersecurity concepts. So what are you waiting for? Start using Copilot today and take your first step towards a safer digital life. Not only will you improve your cybersecurity skills, but you'll also have fun in the process. So thank you for joining me today, and stay safe online, and remember, in the world of cybersecurity, knowledge is your best defense.